Alright guys, so here you have it. BMW 330ci E46 chassis, 6-speed manual. So I know it's not an E46 M3, but I honestly feel like these kind of projects are probably the most rewarding once you start doing changes to it, once you start modding them, because you actually see a more drastic transformation than you would, like, say, E46 M3, E92 M3, F80 M3, because a lot of the times those cars, I mean, they really look good just as they are factory. All you got to do is subtle things like drop it, put a front lip, side skirts, whatever, pretty much the basic bolt-ons. And with this, you kind of start from scratch. Obviously, it doesn't have the motor that the M cars have. So the S54 happens to be a love and hate type of thing. Some people hate the way that it sounds, and to be honest, I used to hate that the way that the car sounded as well. Those cars, you can't really just do a muffler delete like, say, you can do on a E92 or even a E36 M3. So you kind of have to mess around with the exhaust systems, the setups and everything like that, because it does take a little bit more work. Now this car has the M54, and I gotta say, this thing sounds really good. The car does have a half-ass muffler delete. The guy who I got it from, he ended up cutting the exhaust, and he said he was gonna do a straight pipe, so he took out the resonator and the muffler. And so as you guys heard it, that's kind of how the car sounds. So right now I'm running no muffler. So I really didn't know which route to take with this car, and I really did want to do an exhaust, but for the meantime, I gotta say this car actually sounds pretty good for what it is. So I think for the time being, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna finish the setup. I'm probably gonna wait until I get a rear bumper, because I am gonna be doing hopefully the ZHP bumper, and then I'll probably end up doing the exhaust just to make sure that I get everything situated correctly. But let me just do a little quick walk around for you guys. The tail lights did come tinted. They look okay, but I would rather have the original look, so I'm gonna peel off the vinyl or the film that it has on here. So we're gonna go back to the red tail lights. It does have M235 wheels, which I'm not really a fan of on here. They sit sunken in, and in order for me to get them to sit flush, I would have to run a massive spacer. So I think I'm gonna end up getting rid of these wheels, because that is not working out. So I'm gonna be trying to source a different set of wheels that I can run on here. So I plan on changing the front bumper. Right now we're currently running the basic bumper with the missing fog light. I'm gonna be doing a ZHP or a CSL bumper. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna be doing yet, but it's overtime. We're gonna have this car looking right. The headlights are a little bit cloudy, so I'm gonna try to restore them. All right, so I had to switch location because those mosquitoes were tearing my ass up. But anyways, back to the car. It's a facelift model. I really wanted to do the pre-facelift just because I like the headlights a little bit more, but I still think personally, I know some people don't like them, but I think, you know, obviously once I clean them up, it'll look a little bit better. They are a little hazy, but my plans with this car were to do a E46 M3 conversion. And after I think about it, I'm not sure if that's something that I really want to do. I do want to get a little crazy with this car, just because obviously it's not a new car. I don't have to worry about the value too much. It's not a collector's item, collector's car, so I don't have to worry too much about, you know, let's say just swapping parts here and there. So E46 M3 conversion was the plan, and then just kind of doing some over fenders in the back. I am considering doing a wide body kit, so with over fenders, and I will put a picture down here so you guys can kind of get an idea on what I want to do with the car. Yeah, I think the guy has two different sets of kits. One of them is more of a M3 style or dimensions, and then he has another one that's more aggressive than the factory M3. So those are the two kits that I'm going to be considering. So we're going to be doing a different bumper, different side skirts, different rear bumper. So I really want to get a CSL trunk, and I told myself if I ever start modding a E46, the CSL trunk style is actually a must for me. So I have a vision for this car, and I'm excited to see it put together. So as you guys can see, it's a 6-speed manual. It already comes with the ZHP shift knob, so I don't have to worry about switching that out. I am going to be redoing the trim. He did this in like a carbon fiber look, which I'm not really a fan of, so I'm probably going to take it off so at least it matches the rest of the wood interior for the meantime. Sooner or later I'll end up doing something about the whole thing. So interior is actually in really good shape. I had an E46 before. It was a white with natural brown interior, and these seats, if you don't take care of them, they get really hard. And this one's you can tell, you can kind of, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but it is a little bit hard, but it's not as bad as the other one was. There's no tears on the seats or anything like that. The stitching is still intact. You can kind of see there's some wear over there, but aside from that, I mean, it's a 16-year-old car, so, or 17-year-old car, and everything is in great shape. So the original owner took care of it really well. The other two owners before me, they only had it, I think one guy had it for 4 months, and the guy that I bought it from had it for about 9 months. But you can see there little things with the pillars. The headliner is coming off. That's just something that's normal with these cars. So I'm gonna have to redo this. I'll probably end up redoing everything in black if possible. If not, then I might just redo it in the same color and just call it a day. All right, guys, well, that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of the new project slash daily. It's something that I'm excited to work with. It's a little bit different than what a lot of us that have been making BMW content. So everybody started with F30s, or most of the people that I know started with F30s or F32s. Then they moved their way up to F80, F82s. But as much as I love that car, I felt like I needed to do something different. So I was on the hunt to get something else, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to get an E46 or a Japanese car. And it was just kind of one of those things that whatever came first that I found for a good price, and it happened to be the E46. So I'm excited to get this this project going. So we're gonna be seeing a good transformation out of this car. So do me a favor, subscribe if you are not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, and thank you guys so much for watching.